It's coming up to 7:15 now. Should the children of the victims of the contaminated blood scandal receive compensation in their own right? That question will be addressed later this morning when the second interim report of the blood inquiry is published. Tens of thousands of NHS patients contracted HIV and hepatitis C after being given a protein made from blood plasma known as factor VIII in the 1970s and 80s. We're joined by Tim Wratten. His father and two of his uncles died after being infected. He now campaigns for compensation for children of those affected. Tim, good morning to you.
Good morning, Nick.
What are you hoping to hear today?
We're hoping to hear that the children are actually going to get sort of some recognition and sort of accepted that they've been part of this scandal, because at the moment it just sort of seems the children sort of brushed under the carpet and we didn't actually go through any sort of issues, etc. But of course we grew up with this. It was sort of our childhood, and sort of now we're expected to sort of say, hey, you're an adult now, it doesn't matter what happened then, it's all gone.
Interesting that you use the word recognition rather than compensation, because what's likely to be on offer this morning is money, isn't it? I think your mother has had a payment a few months ago of £100,000.
That's right, yeah. So for me, it's actually been recognised, and like the support that basically we didn't get any counselling. Our family obviously didn't have social services involved. So it's all these sort of things that I'm really pushing, that the children like who are living now, like who will go through this, they actually get that support, because we didn't get that support.
Your family story is a horrific example of the impact that this terrible mistake made. Your father and your uncles died.
Yeah, both my two uncles, it was all within 4 years of each other. Obviously they all passed away from hepatitis C. But obviously I only found out my dad had it when I was 16, so it's a lot to take on. But obviously I was only, just barely gone a child, growing up, trying to then research and understand what this virus is and the impacts it would have.
And how much did that infection affect his life before it claimed his life?
See, obviously when we was children, we didn't really think too much, because obviously what happens in your house happens in your house. But now looking back, we've spoke to people and said, was this normal? And obviously we can understand that he used to get angry, because obviously you've got this horrible virus going through your body, so your moods will change, and you've still got to go to work and carry on. But we can now understand that it sort of affected, sort of from when we were sort of like 10 years old, it really did affect him badly. And
your family's been affected. Do you know roughly how many people are in the similar situation to you, Tim? Children still alive whose parents died?
Well, see, overall there was about 5,000 families that were infected that we know of, but there's still, they reckon there's tens of thousands of families out there that people may have died that don't know. And obviously there's people that are still living with the virus that's undetected. So we were sort of pushing for national testing. Then obviously everyone would actually know who's got it
and who has not. Yeah, well, Tim, yeah. We will get the report of that second interim report from the blood inquiry. Get the news that you've been waiting for at around 11:30 this morning. Tim Wratten, thank you very much indeed for joining us.